All right, now Thursday, 2033, 8 seconds, year 2024, 5th month, May 16 day. There are still lights on with this car. This thing has keyholes. So, see this? Look at this. And the trackpad. That light's on. Only when the door handles are activated, though. And this light's on over here. But they stay on for around 20 seconds, then they slowly start to fade out. So, it'll fade out here shortly. There it goes. So, the big wonderment is if this interior light thing is on, this interior light, this right, if this is hit, when it's pressed in, all the interior lights would come on inside here. And there it is. It's on. See that? And it faded out though. Oh, that's because the handle was lifted. Anytime the handle is lifted, that's what it is. That's it. So that interior light is on. We'll wait and see if this fades out here. There, it's fading out. So that one fades out. So you lift the handle on this one, comes on. And so we'll wait 20 seconds. Goes out. So that's wonderful news. So with the interior light on, and now press it again. Now it's off. And the only way to know if this thing is on is to get a light bulb. That's the light bulbs are inside the glove compartment. I would pull one off. And this right here can be easily removed, but yet a key has to be stuck in it. Just get the car key and it'll stick in the back right here. However, these lights come on. They go on and off. They're controlled right there. So just stick a key in the back right in here and it'll come off, and just keep the lights inside the glove box inside there. And here, we'll have a living demonstration. So it's always nice to have a picture in a video with everything, instead of just things explained, to actually go through the process. So here's the glove box. It's open, and inside the glove box are all the lights right here. So here's the main interior light right here. So pull the key out, and we can turn that, and just put the key in the back of this right here, and then just flick it, and this whole lid comes off there. See, there's the lid. Then you just set it down right there. Set the keys down and grab the bulb. And the bulb goes right in here, and this one in the middle. Ah, so there it is. Look at that. Okay, so it's on, but that's because the door's open. It's still on. Ah, the interior light was on. So this button was activated the wrong way. I was using memory. Okay, so open the door, the light comes on naturally. And then it fades off. Automatically fades off. Glove compartment light stays on. Now, if I hit this button here, I'm gonna hit it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So there it is. So it'll stay on forever. It'll stay on indefinitely until this thing gets pressed. But now that we know it's off, then grab hold of the light bulb here. Now that we know it's off, then grab hold of the light bulb here and pull it out. And then just put it back in the glove box here. Be sure it's cooled down though, because it gets hot. These freaking bulbs get freaking hot, hot, hot. Especially these back interior light ones. These here, these things are scorching hot. And those go to the back light back there for the back seats back here. So, and then just keep the lights in the glove box, and then lock everything back up. Put the key down there, and then set this back in here and put it up there and shut the lights off. And then lock the car back up and everything should be wonderful. So lock down and shut the door. And of course the key lights stay on, and then they automatically fade off. That reason they're automatically fading off right away is because now that interior press button light control, which controls all the headlights and the parking lights, it is definitely off now. So what this thing really kind of needs, to have the option, to press a button so that there's a light right there that reveals that it's on or off. Otherwise, there is no way to know if that button is on or off, except to sit here and watch all the lights, which upon analyzing that, see, this is a police car, folks. This is a police car. This is a Crown Victoria, except this is the Mercury version. It's a Grand Marquise. LS. See? It says Marquise LS. Marquise. Keys, like keys. Mars for March or Mars. Okay, that's Aries. That's the zodiac sign Aries. So remember, Aries is the ram zodiac sign. And it's a fire sign. And fire signs are usually they usually display lots of intense anger. And anger is not necessarily a bad thing, because there's a good and a bad side to anger. But anyway, this being a police vehicle, this is a military vehicle. This is top of the line. This is Ford top of the line military vehicle right here. It was constructed for the police division. So why would all these lights stay on like this? And I'm gonna say the number one reason why all these lights would stay on like that. After so many dead batteries, one would eventually get the message to slow down. The only reason those that is the main key reason why those lights are on like that. Those interior lights are set like that. Now, being a police officer, all right, the message is this: when one is relaxed and composed at all times, then one is prepared for any situation. Think on that with some body action. And that's for the police. That's for the police division. When one was relaxed and calm, one is always conscious with the surroundings all around. Instead of being lost in thought, if the policeman is lost in thought with either being in a hurry for something or in a fear of something, instead of being calm and composed, rather than being lost in thought, because that's where all the anxiety and the rushing comes from. Lost in thought, locked in. One forgets the surroundings. That's the body. So if one forgets the surroundings, the body, the car has lights that come on and stay on timers as a reminder, and stay on permanently if that button right there is left on, which it has no indicator left on, which means that leaves it straight to memory. And straight to memory is hooked straight to consciousness. Conscious at all times. Now in the civil world they call this safety. In the lawful world it's called cautious relaxation. Because in the legal realm, safety is mainly tied around a safe full of money. It's the money system. Although it's given the syllable T to kind of disguise what's really going on. So the word safety is actually to keep the money system going. That's the judges on the legal side. Out of legal necessity. Out of legal necessity now. There's a good and bad side to everything. So, that's the spirit. That's the spirit from which this particular vehicle was constructed. It was all constructed on that platform. This is the Panther platform. There's much more heightful insights to the Panther, that word Panther, why they called it the Panther platform. Because that's the name for the Jaguar. Not only the Jaguar, and more specifically and distinguishedly in the military realms, it's the black Jaguar. That's the Panther, the black one. See this right here? This is a black bag. It says Wenco Food Company, an employee-owned company. www.wencofoods.com. Whoops. There it is right there. Okay. Now it's the Black Pope. The Black Pope has been in charge and oversees the White Pope, and it's been that way since the 1500s, when Ignatius Loyola, who is a Jesuit, he's a Jesuit, fourth vow blood oath Jesuit that was all constructed back in the 1500s. He volunteered and he went to the Pope and he told the Pope, he said, all these Martin Luther breakaways, which all these Protestant churches come from, is the breakaway from the Vatican through Martin Luther. Ignatius Loyola went to the Pope and he told the Pope, and he said, I shall go around the world and round up all the Protestant breakaways from Martin Luther and bring them back into the Catholic fold. And the Pope said, wonderful. Now, Ignatius Loyola, or the Jesuits, became more powerful as each year and generation continued, to the point where they took over the Vatican and the White Pope's position. Think on that. Now, the Jesuits are considered the smartest, the most intelligent, the most resourceful division on the planet. Study the Jesuits in its deep entirety. It's the Jesuits that have all the talent, that can figure shit out, invent stuff, come up with programs, you name it. These are people on the earth that are recruited and sought after and looked upon to join that particular club, the Jesuits. They run all the banks, they run the IRS, they run the government, they run everything. In fact, it was their mission to infiltrate every aspect from which the government functions. It's the Jesuits, but it's not the frontline Jesuits with the 3 oaths of chastity and help the poor and their 3 main oaths. It's the blood oath Jesuits behind the scenes who take a blood oath to obey at all cost and to bring everything under their control at all cost till death do us part. And that includes the captain was told, you will go down with the Titanic when we sink that sucker. Because they had a particular banking family on there, which was the last banking family that they had to usurp, out of Salem, Oregon. Salem, Oregon. And that can be studied in the history. It's on the YouTube. The name of the family, it needs to come around back into the memory. But think on this. This is the spirit and the motivation behind this particular vehicle rat here. This is a top-of-the-line police constructed, formulated, comes straight from the military. Straight from the one that controls all the military. This particular vehicle right here. During its generation, the new generations are different, but during its generation, this particular vehicle comes straight out of the Vatican. Police car. Anyway, so now that all these lights are finally figured out on this car, this battery should stay charged at all times. Hopefully. So far it's been wonderful. But like we said, these little lights for the door locks come on when the handles are popped. It used to be when the handles are popped, all the interior lights come on. The 2 under the dash, the 2 in the doors, the one up in front under the front headrest, and the ones in the back headrest. Everything comes on. And one of the reasons why they set it up that way is because it gives a shocking spook to a criminal that would lift the handle, for a break-in and whatnot. Because all the criminal robots are programmed that way. They're programmed that when light comes into a situation, their first instinct is to run and hide. I'm being caught. That's the spotlight. That's why the police officer, when he puts that flashlight, he's going to point it right in the eye so you can't see nothing but straight light. And all spotlights he can shine on you. Because in the religious aspects, what it does is it supposedly brings the fear of God up on one real quick. That's the psychology behind the human programming. So anyway, anyway, this is a 1995. This is 1995 Mercury Marquis model. This is the side division, the optional version to the Crown Victoria line. This is the Mercury line. This is not a Ford. This is a Mercury. which is an offshoot from Ford, but it's not a Ford. This is a Mercury. And it has the overhead cam V8, which became popular because the drag racers and the drag racing engine that dominated the races at the drag strip was the Dodge Hemi. And it was Ford that came out with the 427 Cammer, which is an overhead chain belt driven overhead cam, which means that the cam that's inside the middle of all other engines, the cam that runs and spins, that pushes all the push rods and the and the lifters that lift the valves inside the heads that suck in the gasoline and the air. The cam is in the middle of the engine. It's the main control unit that lifts everything and opens all the valves for the gasoline and the air mixture. The cam is in the center, the engine center. But overhead cams, an overhead cam engine has two cams, and it's not in the center. They sit over the top of the head on each side of the engine with the valve cover. And those engines became to be much more powerful than the Dodge Hemi at the drag races. And when that engine came on the track and blew everything away, the racetrack commissioner told everyone, said, "You will not race that car on our tracks anymore. You won't race that engine on our tracks no more." So this car is equipped with the overhead cam, which is a prototype to the Cammer drag race, which became in history after it was tweaked because it had problems. It did have problems, and they had to work all the problems out. But as history went on and went on and went on, that Cammer 427 Cammer motor became an equal dominating force with the Hemi. And the Hemi represents the boy energy, the Dodge Hemi, the Hemi motor. And the Cammer represents the girl energy. When all the history is starting to be looked at and pondered upon. So these police vehicles were equipped with the prototype engine with the Cammer overhead cam engines, which is the girl energy. So imagine that. There's a lot more to everything than splashing around on the surface that meets the eye. When one starts to delve deep and dive deeply in the maritime water system, one starts to realize, shit, because it starts to really connect to the root, to the universal energy. You see? Or you don't see. Anyway, these Cammer engines, one of the most popular of the Cammer engines was the 427 Cammer, put into the lightest car there was, production car that there was, known as the Cobra. The Ford Cobra. You know, the girl energy, the tits, the breasts, the bra. There's a reason behind it all. So one can go study the history and the YouTube videos, delve into it, and learn more education. Have a little more insight when walking down the street or through the town or through the neighborhoods. Want to have a little more confidence with knowledge. Feel a little more secure because one understands and comprehends what's going on, right? More so than the average individual that hasn't even been conscious with that yet. Because it all revolves around, for the most part, for bringing more soul with the spirit. More soul, or the girl energy, which is the body, which has been dominated more so with the boy energy, which is the spirit, which is thought. So it brings one to have a more rounded existence, a more secure, more confident, to have authority. That, and that authority radiates and emanates, and it brings a presence into the atmosphere amongst all the other living organisms. Brings a presence. So anyway, overhead cam engine, an overhead cam does not connect to push rods to push the lifters and the valves up and down. It doesn't have middlemen. It doesn't have vote for me. That's what those that's what those lifters and those push rods inside the motor represent. It represents the vote for me middleman, so I'll talk for you while you shut up. It's a universal principle that's found in all subject matters and all materials. So the overhead cam connects directly and straight to the valves. Straight to the valves. There's no middleman, no middle connection. It pushes the valves up and down straight as it turns inside with a chain belt around the front of the engine. A chain belt goes all the way around the bottom to the side wheel on the left-hand side of the head with the valve cover where the spark plugs go. And the chain goes all the way to the left side of the head. Chain driven. But the cams press directly onto the valves up and down. It's direct connection, which is closer to independence, more closer to independence. And it's a more efficient driving engine. More efficient because there's less moving parts. And they had a lot of trouble with that chain, of getting that chain just right. They had a lot of trouble getting that chain just right. But once they got it just right, that fucking motor screamed and kicked ass. In other words, it became equal power. Equal power and more so powerful, because that's what happens when the boy energy stamps out the girl energy all the time. The universe gives the girl eventually much more power to overpower and get the boy energy to start thinking, I guess I've been beating you up too much lately, you see? Because that's the whole reason why the universe does that. To help the boy energy become conscious, which is the thought energy, the boy energy, which has been controlling the body and telling the body and demanding that the body move this way and demanding that the body be this way and be that way. That's the Father, Son, and the Spirit energy, which is dominant in the dominating religion known as Christianity. It's all about the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and there is no equal honor given or mentioned to the mother, daughter, and the soul energy. And in fact, in the book, it says that the man shall rule over the woman, and tells the woman specifically in it, you better submit to the man. And then there's orders given to the man, make sure that those children submit to you too. And it says, don't spare the rod. That means beat their ass down if they don't obey. And this has been the driving force behind the whole Vatican society on the dark side. On the dark side now. There's nothing wrong with the dark side. But the dark side became stuck in the mud with it. Nothing wrong with that. Because it always can get out of the mud, but then it became abusive stuck in the mud. Now there's really nothing wrong with that, because that can still be fixed. And then the final straw was they wanted to keep it like that forever. And that's where the girl finally said, no, 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 no. We ain't gonna have that. That's the soul energy. It rose up and said, no, 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 no. I ain't gonna be your stepping stone forever. In other words, bodies are not gonna continue to submit to thought power forever and always be dying. That's the whole reason behind the whole enchilada. But remember, don't believe me, it's just a story and it's just evidence to consider. For everything around is a court. So, cameras are still rolling. So, we'll call that a vid. Might wanna have a quick song here. I thought we got a little boomer in here too. I had Pawaiiups. She had Pawaiiups. She was having a bed snooze. Snooze! She was enjoying snoozer. See, cats are nocturnal. They're like polar bears. Bears, they like to hibernate and conserve energy. Yeah, I have a busy boys. I'm going here. Bye. Might as well enjoy a little song and dance here. The brother's kind of in the mood for a song and dance real quick. Sisterly brother. Might as well put a little song and dance at the end of the video here. That would be sound and body action, which is the gist to the girl energy. It's the whole gist to all girl energy is movement and sound. So here's the song. 1 right there. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. 5, 2, or 6, 5, 6, 5, 4. 4, 4, 6, 5, 5, 6, 7, 1, 5, 6, 7, 2, 5, 6, 7, 2, 1, 6, 1, 7, 4, 7, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1. Da-da-da. So if it starts off on the 1 for the melody, then it's probably a 1 quart. A 1 quart. And there it is, the 1 quart. The 1 quart is also known as the Star Spangled Banner chord, with the arpeggios 1, 3, 5. 5, 3, 1, 3, 5, 1. Da, 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 then it goes on. But anyway, so that's the 1 chord, and this happens to be. This looks like an A. The 1, so there it is. A1. Take my breath and then on the A, and then the lyric way, strum the A chord. Take my breath away. And then 7, da, 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 6, da, da, 7. Take my breath away. Da, da, 7, 7, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5. So, and that's the whole song basically. It's a 1-7-6, another 1-7-6 song. There's a whole bunch of radio songs that are all 1-7-6. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Brother just hooked it up to the television. Wondered if it's going to go sideways now on the recording. Anyway, might as well just put this right here for now. And then sing into the microphone now. And then there's a second part, and then it goes to the B2. Sing that one again. That's a B, that's a 2, which in the A chord, in the A key, B is the number 2. It's also known in the Sound of Music as me. You know, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So, mi, 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 do, 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 so. And then back to the 1-7-6. Da, 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 da. Anticipating love, won't you say, give some love today? some love today. Alright, now it wants to jump up one key. So a sheriff shows up to the knockers. Shows up with the knockers. So instead of going to E5, sharpen that E to an F. That's the key change. That's called a transition note. In music, we call that the tranny. The tranny, the transition. You know, like when Obama said, change. Now wait, yeah, that's right. It goes 6. Actually, that went back to the original key. Well, the hell with it. Just pick any note anywhere on the neck and use the same numbering system pattern. Now it's in the B key. Share some love today. Well, love is also evidence. Evidence today. Because evidence is the things that mothers share with children. Share some love today. That's what causes the all-natural universal bond. The bond, you know, like James Bond, Agent. do go. There's the key. It's the D key. D for debtor. The debtor owes the creditor. Old MacDonald had a D farm. And then threw that debt on someone else's back. And created State Farm. A lovely asphalt farm. Out of legal necessity. To kick the can down the road. Until the time for the girl rising, la 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 la. Now that she has come, bringing la 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 la, lovely one. While holding the one as long as it wants. Well, another lovely Mickelson Twins Forbes magazine audiobook for Amazon. And it's Treasury prepaid. Imagine that. Well, hi, Susan Watch Kiki, CEO of YouTube. Pop! Later.